Hello YouTube, my name's Jason and this is Lineman. Today we are going to go over class variables. This is just an extension to the last tutorial. This will probably be like a more on classes 10.2 or something like that, but it's just an extension to that one. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's begin by talking a little bit about the static keyword. I'm pretty sure you've been wondering what it's used for and how to use it. So let's go ahead and go over that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and delete this part, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this right here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to the dog class, and we're going to create a integer, and we're going to call it mutt. And then we're going to give it a value of 0. Then we're going to end it, and then we're going to give a static int and call it number and make it equal to 0 as well. The next step we would do would be to actually increment this. So let's go ahead and do a constructor, and then let's say each time this is thrown we're going to add number plus plus, and then we're going to do that, and then let's do a static, not a static, system dot out dot print line, and let's print number. Also, we're going to plus plus on the mutt one, and let's give that a plus plus, and let's throw another one of these, Control C, Control V. Alright, but we're going to pass the mutt, and let's go ahead and just add some words to this. This is number of mutts. And let's throw this one, and let's say this is number of dogs. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to create a dog object, and we're going to call this an lucky, and make it equal to new dog. And then we're going to make another one called dog beaver, and make it equal to new dog as well. Okay. Okay, now all we have to do is we need to run it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the run button, and if you watch, it says this is the number of dogs, 1, and this one says this is the number of mutts. That was for the first time this was created. The second one says this is the number of dogs, 2, and this is the number of mutts. But that's because when you put the static keyword on a on a method, it makes it for that class. Whenever you create the object, it makes it for that object only. So the reason number kept getting incremented and went up to 2 instead of 1 like the number of mutts is because it was for the class. It got incremented for the class and not for the object, whereas this only gets incremented for the object. And that's how you would work out a static. So let's go ahead and make a method so I can just extend this a little bit. Let's call this method, let's say it's public, let's say public void something. Couldn't think of anything at all. And let's do a system.out.println, and we're going to just print the number. We're going to print Control C and print that, but we're going to increment it each time. So let's go ahead and increment that each time, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. That way each time we call the method that we can increment it. So let's change that, and let's give this one a plus as well. So now if we call this method, like say we call beaver dot, and we call something, so we would need something dot something, there it is, and we'd end that with that. Also, if I took this off, I'd get an error, but if I was to add the static keyword right here, this error should go away. Oh wait, never mind. No, I thought it was built inside the class. It's not built inside the class though. So, alright, beaver dot, okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to also do one for lucky dot something, and we're just going to print these a couple times. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Alright, and now each time we print this right here, okay, we're getting a little error right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the class dog. Well, we're going to create an object of the class dog, and we're going to call it noodle, and make noodle equal to new dog, the constructor. And of course this is going to call all this, but we don't want to call none of that anymore. Okay, so we're going to take that off, and we don't need this anymore because it automatically creates one for us. And what we're going to do is we're going to say int pepper, no, int, yeah, pepper equals noodle dot mutt. And see, this is one of the good reasons to use the static keyword, but we need to change that to pepper so we can increment it. So now we had to create a whole nother object just to call on mutt from the actual class, but all we had to do was call number straight from it. So now we're going to use this, and we're going to go ahead and run it, and as you can see, it says there's 0 dogs the first time it's called, there's 0 mutts the second time it's called, there's 1 dog the second time it's called, there's 0 mutts, 2, and the dogs just keeps going up, whereas the number of mutt just stays 0. And that's how you would work out the statics.